Yeah.
Hey, windsurfing. Okay. Peace. Welcome to Maui.
Maui, Maui, Maui! It trips of the tongue of fanatical sailors all around the world. And whatever you want to call the sport, windsurfing, sailboarding, or board sailing, this is the place for it.
Maui is two islands joined together by an isthmus, and because of the two mountains, the wind is funneled through them, much like it would be in a gorge situation. And the funneling of the wind actually helps to create more wind, so that the wind coming into one side of the tunnel or of the gorge will be 5 knots less than the wind coming out.
So along this one, perhaps 20-mile stretch of coast, you've got really, really good sailing conditions, real good wind. And during the winter months, when we get the north swells, it's got one of the best rideable windsurf breaks probably in the world, which is called hokipa.
Yes, hokipa is probably the second most popular word in the windsurfer's dictionary. Hokipa means waves, and waves mean air.
It's just gotten really exciting.
It's as close to nature as you're going to get, the power of the wave.
A lot of scary situations, a lot of big wipeouts.
I can't describe it, it's just so much fun. It's a neat feeling.
Like jumping off a building.
Introducing Mr. Radical Air, Mark Angulo.
Just have to get my harness on. It looks really stormy and stuff. Like, you know, obviously there's a good front going to be coming through, and it'll rain, and then it'll stay windy.
As if by magic, it was sunny.
Mark Angulo has grown up on Maui with hokipa in his backyard. Waves are just a part of everyday life.
You're trying to learn the wind and feel emotion. You know, that's what really happens is with forward loops and regular loops. And if you watch, watch a lot of the skiers doing their jumps and stuff, and you can see that they can do that in their sleep with their eyes closed because they just learn how to turn their head in a certain motion. And that's how windsurfing gets. And you just try to take that motion up into different degrees of difficulty, you know. Instead of just a regular wind, you try to turn up and get it higher in the wind, or you try to go off the wind more. You know, there's so many different variations to what you can do that it's just limitless.
Front loops, killer loops, they're just a buzz. But hey, there's more to life than windsurfing.
You know, it's really hard to stay in the public's eye and try to maintain a high, you know, like everyone wants to see you, or you're still good. You know, because they really think that you have to keep winning contests or do this or that to stay up there. I just want to go out and rip, you know, just be good. And have people come and do something. Wow, who's that? That was a pretty hot maneuver. I mean, that, to me, that's windsurfing. Publicity and everything that comes along with that, that's just icing on the cake. The Bad Boy Club is something that we've kind of taken on for the household. This is the Bad Boy Club, and everybody in the community knows that. The girls know it. Girls know not to come here. It's not a safe place to be. This is where most of the toys are, and Brett is King Bad Boy, or as he likes to call himself, Lord Lickle. That's Brett's claim to fame right there. He'd like to think it's the biggest wave in the world, but we all know the truth. It's not.
High five.
Only in America.
5 years ago, Ho'okipa was the playground for the privileged local sailors, but the word has quickly spread. Now everyone wants to ride the big stuff. The bay gets congested and tempers flare.
The people that come here on vacation don't know the local rules or stuff like that. And not to be intimidated by it either, you know, but there are basic rules, and all you have to do is ask people. That's why you see people come here from the mainland or from Europe or whatever, and they get in the hassles with some of the pros, so they don't realize that's how the pros make their money.
Holland. You speak German?
France.
When now? I'm from Switzerland. From West Germany.
Hey, listen, you have to come here. The waves are very big today, and it's cool out there. Yeah, we have to go windsurfing. Surf's up.
Well, if you're European and you're on Maui, you leave Ho'okipa to the pros and head on down to Sprecklesville.
This is the European beach. I come down here to feel international.
Here, Germans, Dutch, Norwegians, and even some Americans all feel at home in a kind of little Europe. It's a case of safety in numbers and a chance to sharpen your teeth on some good waves without getting under the feet of the locals.
I think this is one of the more fun places to sail. It's not as intimidating as Ho'okipa. It's not as crowded usually as Kanaha. And it's just more varied. You can get banged into by stuff right out here, and you can still do good slalom and speed running. And the wave sailing, when it's good, it's real good. It's great for jumping.
But not everyone has found it easy to slip into the Maui lifestyle. Like Ho'okipa, there are a lot of riders here, and the European invasion has taken its toll on the community.
And I think the Europeans, some of them stay here a long time. There's fellows that are here for 6 months or in and out of here every 2 or 3 months, and they start to get the sense of it's their place too. So when you treat it like it's yours, it looks a little nicer, and people start to feel better about you being there.
Well, it's like this. That's what I like about windsurfing and snowboard, monoski, skiing, you slide. That's the fun of it. That's what I like about it.
What's it like down here?
All right, that's enough.
Turn around, no fear.
Let's go! Maui's south shore is protected by volcanoes. Here the waters are flat, but the wind still blows. Conditions ideal for speed.
A real beauty here was once owned by Robby Naish. Although it's falling apart again, this great once turbocharged Audi Quattro, owned by the most famous Robby Naish. And you can have this dear car for $5. That's it, $5. Robby, I just sold your car for $5 to these guys, Rob.
Like Mike Woltz, Robby Naish has been around since the early days. Robby is the Mr. Nice Guy of windsurfing, chief ambassador for the sport. He's also one of the few sailors to have discovered the secret of how to make money at windsurfing.
The guy's a good sailor and or a good self-promoter, he can make money. There are a lot of really, really good competitive sailors that don't make much money because they just don't have the personality or don't have the drive or just, don't have the marketable personality, and it makes it really, really hard. So there are a lot of guys that have up and come already that are now established, guys like Bjorn Dunkerbeck, Anders Bringdahl, Rush Randall, Mark Angulo, that whole crew that you couldn't really call up and coming anymore because they've been here for, a number of years, well into the top ranks. There's a whole group of new guys that I'm not even really familiar with at this point. Some Australian kids, some American kids, some Europeans that sail really well, but haven't put it together competitively yet. So we're still competing in that same broad but consistent group of guys.
Where'd my glasses go?
Oh, good.
No, Nix.
That is a Porsche, too. Maybe it is. If Collins in town, it's
Targa.
Probably is.
Do you have a Targa top?
Yep. Nothing horsepower. So what about a bit of racing there?
Robby's lucky, he's already made it. But on competition day, they're all out there, the old and the new, trying to get a slice of the cake. Trying to take the cherry.
Yeah, high five, mofo.